Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush. We are here tonight. I am mostly here tonight. I just got off of a wonderful podcast called This Is My Bourbon Podcast with Perry. Fabulous time. We tasted 5 different whiskeys. I have to say, I just have to say this out loud. I did not get them all correct, but I did not embarrass myself. And look at this face. Very, very excited. Very shiny, I think, is what's going on. So tonight, not only did Perry from This Is My Bourbon Podcast send me out a little package, I got a mystery package in the mail that came from Australia. And in that package, I received, I got them right here. I received these guys. These are Steve the Bartender's bitters. Awesome. Very fun. So what I want to do tonight is I'm going to be making a couple different cocktails. We're going to try the bitters in them to taste what Steve has on offer. We will give them like a basic rating and we will go from there. So hopefully you guys will stick around here right now. Check this out. The introduction. Wasn't a great introduction. Let's do that introduction one more.
Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink.
All right, guys. Sorry about being a little late. I was drinking. What do you expect from me? Let me say hello to the people in the chat before we get too deep into this, because I do want to give Steve the Bartender his time on the show. He's sending me gifts. I'm going to use those gifts. So let me say hello, first of all, to Tiki Court. Tiki Court, first one in here, it seems. Good to see you, Tiki Court. As always, a pleasure, never a chore. Moose is here. Saw Shawnee Panabaker just a second ago in the chat. I saw Tiki Court a second ago on the chat as well. Shawnee Panabaker, good evening to you right there. Who else we got? Oh, Stephanie Husband is here. Oh my gosh. Is there a chance? If the husbands are here, there's a chance that we could have all of the Cush Tucky Derby winners. Let's see who else we got in here. Forlorn Hope. It's a Cush doubleheader. That's exactly right. Yes, barely half a head on these little shoulders right now. But we're going to make it. Forlorn Hope. How's it going, Forlorn? Always good to see Forlorn Hope twice. Saw him on the last little podcast, too. Thank you so much, Michael, winner of the 2024 Cush Tucky Derby. Oh, here we go. This is my bourbon podcast. Yeah, tune it in. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, honestly, thank you. Thank you to my people. It's always so nice when I'm on something that you guys can support. It just, it just makes me look cool. Just makes me look like a cool dude, like a dude that does cool stuff. Hey, Dr. Cush is in the thing. Don't worry about him. Captain Jack and Coke, aloha. Good to see you there. Amy Salmon is here. I assume that means Chris is here too. That is excellent. Who else we got in here? Dougie G in the place to be. Ready to go with a howdy y'all. We got Roger G ready to go. Popping off. Doing all the stuff. We'll see how Cush handles another half hour. I said I'm going to make 2 drinks. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. Yeah, can't imagine what's holding Doc up. He was pouring little bottles back into, little cups into little bottles. Second straight hour of Dr. Cush. That seems like a lot of time to spend with me. Ask my wife. Amy Nordstrom is here. Amy Nordstrom, who we haven't seen in a while. Amy, you're here. Amy. She's here. Bye, Amy. As always, good to see you. Paul Belmaro is here. Bourbon than bitter sounds like an old fashioned to me. Yeah, we'll do a little old fashioned. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Brad, what's up, Brad? Good to see you, Brad. Brad is ready for the old Dr. Cush to mumble through another cocktail class, and I think that's it. Yeah, Cush has the giggles. This could be a weird one. We don't. I'll be very honest with you. I try very, very hard not to drink before the shows. Sometimes I will finish the cocktail and make another one after the shows, but you guys don't need to see that. Today we have been drinking a little bit before the show. I was I was served 70% ethanol at one point, and we're in it. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Who is Steve the Bartender? Steve the Bartender is one of my very favorite online bartender personalities. Steve the Bartender is an Australian dude that makes online bartending content. Hey, that's what I do. I love that. I love that the bar community is growing online, taking the craft of the cocktail and bringing it back home. He does not pretend to be something that he is not. What he is a very nice, as far as I can tell, he just seems like a really nice dude. And I feel like that's one of the most important things that you can have as a bartender. Yes, I can teach you how to flame an orange. I can teach you the centrifuge and using Pectinex and Kisasol and clarifying and clear. I can teach you all of that stuff. But if you aren't a good presenting person, no idea what Steve's like in real life. If you're not a good presenting person, you're going to make it very difficult for people to come into your bar. And that's what I dig most about Steve. So when he sent me these, I got really excited. Some fun flavors in here, some flavors that we've seen before, but some flavors that I have not seen before. So I want to test these to see how they work in cocktails, how they stack up to other versions of bitters. And in order to do that, we have to make cocktails. So we're gonna make cocktails. We're gonna start off over here. Oh, what's up? We're gonna start off over here by showing you what we have. We have some chili bitters. I can't think of a better type of bitters to throw into a cocktail like a margarita. So we're gonna be making a Tommy's margarita tonight with these. The footwork is gonna be a little off tonight, don't worry about that. We also have some coffee bitters. Just some straight up smash mouth in your face coffee bitters. We do a lot with coffee in cocktails. We just made the Expedition on Tuesday where we used a little bit of coffee liqueur. The Expedition, the problem with the Expedition is it runs kind of a fine line on whether it's going to be too sweet or, whatever. If you can control your flavors with bitters, hey, spectacular. We've seen these ones before, chocolate bitters. We know those guys. We know that Gary Regan has a great orange bitters, but you make these because this is what people want. You want to have some chocolate in your drink. You want to have some orange in your drink. That's what you want. Anyway, let's start off. I looked at these. So these are coming in at around 48%. So 96 ABV, right around there. These should light on fire. So I do want to start off by making my old fashioned and lighting this thing on fire to see what those bitters do in a fire situation. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to go ahead and throw, I'm sure it's completely empty. We're going to go ahead and throw in a little bitters here. We're going to make an old fashioned, very simple cocktail, very, very easy to do. So we're going to start off, not with the coffee bitters. I'm going to start off with these chocolate bitters coming in at 48% ABV, 96 proof. Let's see if we can get the sound. Ah, yes. Opening. I haven't tasted them. I've done nothing with these bitters. So we're going to see how they do. Oh my gosh. We have other chocolate bitters up here. Let's just give these a little smell as well. Interesting. So these are our Woodford, the chocolate bitters. These smell more chocolatey, but they don't smell as legitimately chocolatey. These are, they smell like they've sort of been enhanced. Sometimes you need to. Bitters have to be potent, so maybe they enhance them a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe they got a lot of chocolate out of these. These smell very much like a dark chocolate bar. if you guys ever decide, and this is a good decision for anybody, if you ever decide to marry my wife, you will notice that no longer in your house does milk chocolate exist. Suddenly you marry my wife and milk chocolate is off the table. All we have now is the darkest, deepest, soul-crushing chocolate in the world. 98% is a figure that gets thrown around this house all the time. That's what this smells like. This smells like real chocolate. So this is 48% ABV. So we're just going to throw in enough here so that we can get our fire going. We want to just sort of coat the bottom of this. I don't know how Steve would want this to be made, but I haven't heard from Steve. He followed me on Instagram, and then that was the last I've ever heard from Steve. So we'll throw this in here, put just a dash more in there, really soak up all of those bitters. And then we will take our crusher and we'll crush. Yes. Hi, Cush. Did you get the package sent directly from Steve himself? It came from Steve. They came from Australia. He didn't write a note, so I don't know if they came directly from him, but they came from his team. No doubt about it. That's not gooey enough. Need a little bit more goo in there. You know what? Let's mix it up with a little bit of orange bitters. Why not? A little chocolate orange. We won't be able to taste the difference between the two, but we'll have plenty of time to get that done. There we go. That's a lot of bitters, but we're going to be burning them off. I don't know what type of alcohol he's using in these. I don't think that they have to say, oh, it's just alcohol. Alcohol, water, cacao, cane sugar, gentian, ginger, cassia, cardamom, vanilla, lemon, and chicory. Chicory. Let's look for chicory in here. All right, let's get our fire mechanism going here. Oh, let's first start off by peeling our little orange. We're going to be lighting this on fire. We got to get our orange ready first. We're just going to take this and peel the orange. Smells good enough. And then we're going to get our fire apparatus. Oh, no. Kyle, I'm out of fire apparatus. Oh, no, never mind. Kyle, I got it. Kyle, I got it. Don't come running in here. Don't you dare come patting your cute little self in here. Grab a couple of these pickers. These little tooth stabbers. Light this up. Fan is off, so we're good there. We're just going to give this a spin. 48% alcohol by volume should light pretty quick. Normally, the bitters that we use are called Angostura bitters, and those have 44.7% alcohol. So these should go pretty quickly. Oh, yeah, you can already hear it. Let's get down here. Tough to see on camera, but that is definitely... Oh, that's the orange's fault. Trust me, that lit on fire. That has filled this room. Whoo! Wow. I put far less orange in here than I did the chocolate. So the chocolate is very real, but the chocolate really smells like chocolate. I don't know if that's the chicory. Could be the chicory. Hashtag never blame the orange. Well, Kyle, get your oranges in order. Really, really fun, like chocolate smell. I don't think I've ever, what other chocolate bitters do I have back here? I think those might be the only chocolate bitters I have. Calm down. Oh, I got these Aztec chocolate bitters. Yeah, this smells more like Coca-Cola. This tastes like, or it smells like really dark chocolate. Okay, we're going to put just a little bit of whiskey in here. We're not going to fill this up to the top with whiskey because that would be, what? Garbage. That would be garbage. We are going to take some of this Heaven's Door, the Revival. We're just going to put 1 ounce of this into our drink. That this is not how to make a great cocktail today. This is tasting the bitters for what they are. So there's 1 ounce of that. Obviously, we're going to want to find a place for that. Throw a nice, beautiful, clear cube into there and give this a stir. What we're looking for, we want, if you're going to go out and buy a new type of bitters, you want that bitters to be a unique flavor. Bitters are so important when you start to build cocktails. Bitters are going to teach you about flavor profiles. They are going to be able to take simple cocktails that you're making. This is just sugar, bitters, and booze, right? Sugar, bitters, and booze. But because we are relying so much on these bitters, they have to be a unique flavor to the other ones. I know what I'm like burping and hiccuping. This is going to be a gross show. I know what the Aztec bitters taste like. They're nice. They're cheap. I think they're $8 for a bottle there. The Woodford Reserve ones also fairly cheap, but they do taste like a manufactured chocolate. I have really liked those ones in the past. Give this just a little stir. I've been told online by would-be trolls that I have a really nice stir form. So just you guys just breathe that in. Look, oh boy, look at that. Look at me disapprovingly looking on as I stir this cocktail. We're melting some water in here. That's important. Especially since we just lit this on fire, we don't want this to come out hot. Don't worry. People get so nervous when I light stuff in fire. They're like, oh, they're breaking glasses, or how hard is that to clean? First of all, Kyle cleans it, so I don't know how hard it is to clean. But you're not gonna break a glass by lighting the bitters on here. The glass isn't getting on isn't like on fire. You're not pouring hot water in here to make the entire glass full of fire. It's quickly the ethanol is burning off, so you're just getting a quick like burst of flame out of there, and then you'll be fine. So don't worry too much about putting the ice in there afterwards. This is a chocolate orange old fashioned. Yes, serve form, almost like I'm a professional. It's exactly right. You know what this is? A split base with a fun one. The final drink tonight on the This Is My Bourbon podcast. For those of you who didn't see it, he had a theme. He called it a theme. What it was he started at about 90 proof and went up to 140 proof, and he went up by about 15% ABV every time. So I'm now in possession of a 140 proof whiskey that would do well in here. I have things to do. I just have I have the rest of my life to live. I can't do that. Sleep right through it. Just put that there. There we go. Steve the Bartender's bitters with some chocolate and orange in here with a little bit of whiskey. Real bitters forward. See how we did. I don't want you guys to ever think I'm a shill, all right? I believe that I have been honest with you. When somebody sends me something and I don't like it, do you know what I do? I put it on the shelf. That's it. Now we are just trying this out. Yes, Ernie's awake. What's up, Ern? Good. Oh, now I just leave. The chocolate in this tastes more like chocolate than any other bitters that I've tasted. There are other chocolate liqueurs that are spectacular. A lot of them come with cream, but there are creme de cacaos that are delicious. Problem with creme de cacao is it is a creme. It has a lot of sugar in here. If you lose control of your sugar in a cocktail and you serve somebody something that is overly sweet, because you needed to have a big chocolate flavor in there, you're going to lose the drink. You're going to over blossom that drink. It's going to become a sugary mess. No buenos. No, that's Spanish for no goods. This, without adding any sugar to it, other than the sugar that we had full control over, this is a very, very chocolate bar in my house type of chocolate. The chocolate takes over the orange a lot. I feel like I know. Let's just give the orange a smell. See if we can go back in and find it. I'll be honest. Can we be honest together? I've been drinking. Have you guys been drinking? I've been drinking. The orange doesn't hit me as a big orange flavor. The chocolate is huge. The orange, even just in smelling it, let's do our little. Let's have a little fun here. We're gonna put this on the side of our hand like a real bartender would. We're gonna lick it. Lick it. I'll be honest. It's more citrus than it is orange, and I think that's why I'm not picking up a ton of that in the drink. I think there's a lot of big uses for that. But if you are looking for an orange flavor to add to your drink, I think there are other things you can do. But if you want to enhance a daiquiri by adding a couple drops, or listen to this, you add a little bit of like an orange liqueur, an orange curacao. You add a little bit of that. You can sort of take some of that sweetness away and bring in more of that citrus. I think the chocolate is an absolute rock star. I think the chocolate bitters. I think the chocolate bitters do everything you want for chocolate. A couple other uses, I feel like. If you are making something that is like somewhat creamy, add a couple drops of that chocolate, you'll find yourself in a really, really good place. I would say that these chocolate bitters might be my favorite chocolate bitters I've ever had. I can't think of another chocolate bitters that I would like more. For a long time, it was the Woodford Reserve, but now that I've tasted them against each other, they aren't. This is far and above, and I think it might be. I think it might come down to the chicory. It might be the chicory. Very simple, very easy cocktail. Oh my God, we're so late. I got to make one more. Stick with me. Stick with me. I want to do one more cocktail because I have not seen a lot. There is the Fee Brothers. I believe it's the Fee Brothers. Maybe it's not the Fee Brothers. Whoever it is, they make they're called the Hellfire Bitters, and what they do is they add a lot of spice to a drink without adding a ton of flavor. That works in some things. Maybe you don't want your cocktail to taste so much like a pepper, but you just want it to have a little bit of spice. That's a very normal way to do things. But these are chili bitters from Steve the Bartender. Let's do the crack. There we go. Little crack. Oh. Uh-oh. Let's see what the spice level on these is. Do our little bartending trick right there. Lick. Wow. Those are spicy. Those are, okay, let's see. Alcohol, water, chipotle, agave syrup, gentian, coriander seed, orange cardamom, cacao, ancho chili, more cardamom? Maybe not. Cassia, allspice, black peppercorn. That's where that spice is coming from. It's black peppercorn. What is better than a good spicy marg? Yes, look at this. Look at my wife. Look at her. Her spicy marg. That's exactly what we're gonna make. We're gonna make a spicy marg with this. Spicy margaritas are all the rage. My father called me the other day and said, "You know what I'd really like you to teach me, son. You know, you've never taught me anything in my life. You and I run in different circles." He didn't say all that. This is the undertone. He said, "I'd really like you to teach me how to make jalapeno tequila." And I didn't want to break his heart. I didn't want to break his heart because it's the easiest thing there is. Just put some jalapenos into it, some tequila. I'm gonna make it for him so he doesn't think that my whole job is a lie. But If you didn't put your jalapenos in before this whole thing happened, then I do think that these are going to work out really well. So we're going to start over here. This is going to be, there we go. Where do you buy Steve's bitter? Hey, look at me selling bitters. Yeah, I think if you go to stevethebartender.com, something like that, you will find them. I think they're like, I think it's like $20 a bottle. Now, that is somewhat expensive for bitters, but remember, bitters should really be done in dashes, and these are big bottles. So I'm not saying that's a lifetime supply. I'm saying that you will probably get enough out of there. And that's gonna last strawberry shrub. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, listen, there's a ton of great, like with a little bit of spice, you can really do some cool stuff. So let's get one of these. Now these are Kyle's limes. These are from Tito. So these are homegrown limes. We're gonna see how this works. We're gonna slice this right through here. Now that's Kyle. Good work, buddy. Look at that lime. Tiny, a little bit in here. You know what's crazy? These limes almost smell like they have tequila in them already. Uh-oh. What have I done to my tree? There's a question in chat about is Bitterman's. This is Bitterman's and this is Steve's right here. So just like a little smaller than the Bitterman's. Just let's see what the 4 full ounces or 4 fluid ounces. I'm sure he does it in something other than ounces, right? Because he's, oh God, 100 milliliters. 4 full ounces and milliliters. Can somebody do that math for me real quick? I don't know what that is. Just a little smaller than the Bitterman's, but certainly comparable. I've had that bottle of Bitterman's, the Tiki bitters, and we use those a lot. I think I've had it for like 3 years. So I think there's probably got to be a deal over with Steve doing this. We're going to squeeze these by hand, and then what are we going to do? We're going to drop them in because we want that big limey flavor. Kyle's out there fertilizing with tequila. Uh-oh. We could be in some trouble. I think the FDA might want a little piece of that. We're going to throw in three pieces of lime there. Should give us about 3/4 of an ounce. We're making Tommy's margarita. I didn't want to overdo this by making a full-on marg with all the oranges and the rest of it and the salts and that. I want these bitters to really taste. So about 3/4 of an ounce there, about 3/4 of an ounce of some agave syrup. Really simple there. Excellent. And it turns out, because we are definitely not a tequila channel, in fact, we might be kind of an anti-tequila channel here. Not that we're against tequila, we just don't do a lot of tequila. We're going to use 1800 because this is what we have. Oh, approximately 3. There we go. That's what Doug does. Yeah, 3.4 ounces. So yeah, you're losing a little bit as far as the Bitterman's goes, but they hold up. I mean, the big bitters last you. Bitters should last you for a long, long time. We used to go through a lot at the association because we were lighting them all on fire. I wouldn't recommend lighting all your bitters on fire for most of you. We're pouring in the small side so that we can get all of that agave syrup out of the little thing. Makes Kyle's job a little easier. Right there, we'll put our 1800 away. And there's that. Okay, let's give this. Does he give like serving suggestions? Discover cocktail recipes and claim discounts on your next bottle. Hey, sediment occurs. Shake. Okay. He doesn't say how much to use, so I'm going to use what I would normally use. I'm going to do like 2 big dashes of this. There's 1 dash. There's 2 dash. That should give us some spice. Yeah, unless you're using, yes, exactly. Unless you're making a Trinidad sour, and then Angostura bitters will. Did I finish that last story? We used to light them on fire, so we went through a lot of them. That's the end of the story. Yeah, unless you're making a Trinidad sour riff, and then of course, Trinidad sour is an expensive cocktail to make. Bitters, if you're using them in like full, like 2-ounce pours, is somewhat expensive. but they're delicious. There's no way to get around it. We're gonna throw a bunch of ice in here, as much ice as you can fit. Just put that little bit of rest there. Go here. Now this camera has been working. It worked all the way through the last show. Any chance this camera will still be working? Oh, it works. Hey, we'll go to shake cam. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm smelling the spice already. It's like hitting me. The spice is coming a lot, from what I can tell. It's coming a lot from the black peppercorn. Please don't tell Steve that I did not chill his glass before we make this. So please don't write Steve that. Don't do that. Pour it in your chili glass. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of the spice smell is coming from those black peppercorns. So you are going to get some heat off of this. I want to see what the chili is, like how big the chili is inside this cocktail. I'm a little shaky, I think from the 140 proof. We're going to be silly with them since they were free. We're just going to see if we can make it extra spicy by putting 3 extra dashes in there. On on 2 dashes, it's Kyle, you leave the puns to me. On with 1 dash or 2 dashes, it was spicy. I'm gonna see if we can't over spice it for those of us that only like their food if it is inedible from the spice. Cheers. That hangs. That hangs really well. The spiciness hits you in the back, but the flavor of the chili is big. It's like it feels like it's a roasted sort of chili that goes right along with there. I don't know. I don't even think I have any Hellfire bitters back here to try anything against. I think it's delicious. As far as bitters goes, there are a lot of ways that you can go with bitters. That's the dumbest statements of all time. Bitters range, right? Some bitters they're incredibly fake tasting. They don't taste like you are making them with anything real. You are just, you're making runts. You've made alcohol. You put runts in it. Now you have banana flavored bitters. That is not this at all. This is a very fresh, very real flavor. I worry that I sound like I'm doing a commercial, but ooh, that is spicy. 5 dashes might be too much. Really good, really, really good. I want to thank Steve the bartender for sending these to me. When people ask, and they ask more often than I thought they would, hey, I'm looking to start a bar at my place, or I'm looking to put together something for a party or whatnot. What should I get? I always recommend getting bitters. Bitters are so important in cocktailing. They are a rubric. They're a teaching point for building cocktails about how to match your flavors and how to get your flavors going without screwing up the cocktail. Bitters are a great way to try new things. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Really, really good. Let's just taste the coffee bitters since I didn't do it. Let's get the sound. There it is. Cracking those guys open. I will be honest. I'm not a coffee drinker. Coffee is not my. What the heck? All right, well, you have to give us a review then. So Kyle, we'll get a. Oh, who's it for? Oh, we'll tell Jen. Yeah, we'll have Jen put it into the chat. Just want to try the coffee bitters here, see how they do. Do it again on camera. That just tastes like coffee. That just like not that I don't drink coffee. I know what coffee tastes like. That just tastes like coffee. That is the way that Mr. Black just tastes like coffee. That just tastes like coffee. That has really fun coffee flavors. If you are making a cocktail that calls for a coffee liqueur and you don't want to oversweeten it, I think that is a really good thing. Listen, guys, I was not paid to say any of this. I really, and yes, I am a fan of Steve the bartender. I think he's hit it out of the park. I think that the orange bitters are a little more citrus bitters than they are orange bitters. I'm not catching a ton of big orange on there. I think that the Regan's really smells like orange, whereas this it just tastes more like citrus. It's sort of like you're adding a little bit of extra sour almost to a cocktail, which I think is fine in a lot of cases, especially if you already have a lot of orange in there and then you want to add a little bit more of the like natural citrus flavor. I think the other three are a huge hit, and I'm very excited to work with them to make more cocktails. This spicy marg is awesome, not even close to too spicy in my opinion. Well, shut up. I thought it was really spicy. Hit you way deep in the back. I do think that the pepper hits. The chocolate bitters, I think, are the star. Yeah, I've never had a bitters taste so much like chocolate. I've never had an ingredient that I've added into a cocktail that tasted so much like chocolate. That's what I have for you. Here's the deal, guys. God, we went late. I just did a 2-hour show with This Is My Bourbon podcast. Oh, we have a question. Did you pass out, Kyle? Oh, Brad. Okay, Brad. Let me ask before I get into the news. If you were making a freezer bottle cocktail, would you add bitters in the bottle, or would it take over? Better to add a la minute. This is always my thought on this, Brad. Bitters are supposed to be big. They're supposed to be a big flavor. If you let bitters sit, they will become bigger. So I always add bitters at the last second. If you're making a freezer cocktail, especially, if you're making a carbonated cocktail, especially. In a freezer cocktail, you can add the bitters and just have it ready to go, as long as you're also freezing everything. If you're freezing everything, then that should stop the bitters from sort of expanding. They will get bigger though, the longer they sit in there. That's what they're meant to do. They're supposed to be a big invasive ingredient, in a good way in this case. That's not always the case, but so I would, if you're asking for my recommendation, I would put them in at the last second. Just, put a little jar of bitters next to the freezer and drip those in. That would be my recommendation. I think if you're keeping it actually in the freezer, the way that a freezer door cocktail is supposed to go, you should be okay, but you run the risk, if you don't drink it fast enough, of having the bitters expand and become kind of a big bitter mess, and that is not what you want. You are such a spicy chica. Lulu is correct there. That's my thought there, Brad. I think that's a great question. Sorry, where's Brad? There's Brad. That's a great question, Brad. Bitters are meant to take over a drink. If you put too much bitters, they will take over a drink. So maybe if you want to, maybe under bitter it so that there is some bitters in there, and then add extra bitters as you are pouring it. Okay. here's the deal. I just did a 2-hour podcast with This Is My Bourbon podcast. If you haven't seen it, I think it's really interesting. I think that This Is My Bourbon podcast does a different type of show than I do, and I love that. We went through the news. I gave my opinion on the news. I don't know. What do I know about the whiskey news? Turns out I had a couple. There's a fun game that we played through there where he had me blind taste. I know that I am pretty good with my blind tastes. I think I did pretty well on the podcast. I highly recommend you go watch that. Which means that this weekend there will be no Dr. Cush's exotic drinks. There's an extenuating circumstance. I was going to try and squeeze one in. It didn't work, but you guys have plenty of content. Go watch there. We will be back here on Tuesday for Tiki Tuesday. We're going to start getting into fall cocktails. So we will definitely do a pumpkin spice cocktail coming up where we will take the real pumpkin spice and start to understand that pumpkin spice is a tiki drink. All right, we're going to get into pumpkin spicing tiki drinks, and that the tiki community has been so far ahead of the pumpkin spice craze, it's ridiculous. We'll get into that, but we'll be back here on Tuesday for Dr. Cush's exotic drinks. I want to thank everybody that showed up early today to watch me on This Is My Bourbon podcast. I'm trying to get this show to become a thing where I don't have to worry about 5,000 other things. Maybe this could be my job. So when I go on other people's podcasts and you guys show up, it means the world to me. It means that that we as a community are mobilizing. I love showing off my group when we go in there, when we go to other places and they're trolling, they're chatting, they're doing. I love it when my group shows up and we are lovely. Polite. Not that happened on my bourbon podcast. Those guys were all great, but in fact, I thought those guys were hilarious. That's a really fun group that my bourbon podcast has going on over there. But I'm deeply in love with my community. So when you guys show up, it makes me feel at home. It makes me feel calmer. I get very nervous in front of those things. So I love when you guys show up. So thank you so much for those of you that mobilize. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on This Is My Bourbon podcast. Leave a little comment, say hello, and yes, these are the expensive. these are the extenuating circumstances. After 140 proof whiskey, I'm gonna need a 3-day nap. A 3-day nap. This is gonna be insane. Yes, I agree, Tiki Court. You are all amazing, and thank you guys so much for being the nicest. Not only the nicest, though, the best community on the internet. Bon, we gave you a special shout out on the show for your ability to keep chat in order, and all of you guys that showed up are spectacular. I think you mean ABC. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. We will be back here on Tuesday for Tiki Tuesday at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. What do we always say? There's a couple things. Let's find one that we don't always say. Let's find one of these.
That's funny. I'm funny.
Well, that's a good one. Here's one that we haven't said for a while. This is what I really am, and I'm so glad that you guys continue to show up.
That's all I am. Just a regular human bartender. This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
I am a little more chatty. Okay, guys. Until next time.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Okay.
Okay.
Until then, we're gonna find out.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're gonna find that out, and then afterwards, we're gonna understand that it's time to say
Bye!
bye, guys. If you guys miss me making a margarita, I'm gonna make one in the little thing. I'm just gonna make another one because I got my last one stolen. Bye.
Bye!
Dang it! I was switching the whole thing and then it. All right, should we do that again? Let's do it one more.